I'm Melissa Bollinger Seiling, and I'm a certified forest therapy guide. The guide is someone who helps people slow down. So a lot of times I get that question, why would I need a guide to go to the forest? Anyone can just walk in the forest. And partially that's true if you are able to slow down enough to actually be present in the forest. Getting out of our heads or getting a break from the thinking brain is how I sometimes say it. Our brains are very useful for lots of things. They help us in our work life and in solving a lot of problems, but they can also, the brain can cause a lot of distraction. The thinking, ruminating, takes us away from the present moment. So being mindful in the forest can be so renewing for people.
At a different time, I would have experienced silence. And it really was not silent. I could hear the wind, I could hear the trees, I could hear the birds, I could hear the cars. Like, there was always noise, but I wasn't distracted by the noise. I was just noticing that it really wasn't silence. For the first time, it was kind of like an awakening. It was awesome.
People coming on a walk like this or coming to nature with that kind of a slow way in nature and taking in what is reflected in nature is very healing. So I had a person on my walk who had lost her husband, hadn't grieved it for a long time, had kind of bottled it away in a different part of her. She came on the forest walk and looked up and saw a dead tree next to a live tree. And this somehow broke something for her and broke the barrier in a really healing, good way where she could grieve. And she later told me she, was able to cry for the first time in a long time and the whole weekend, but in a good way, a way that she needed to see life and death together. Stones are amazing if you consider how long they've been around, how many years they've gone through, what pressure they've been under, where these have come from. And I invite all of us to, if you have a distraction that's bothering you, or if you have a pain or a worry that you're carrying, to let the stone hold that for us. It can hold a lot. The women who connected with these trees that are grabbing onto the side of the bank, or the roots are struggling, or there's chaos, it reflects back in a lot of ways, if we're open enough to it, what is going on internally in us. Or it can give us messages or healing visions or symbolism that speaks to people. Rumination decreases when you're in the forest, in a natural setting. So rumination is a common symptom of depression. So again, getting out of that brain that's go, 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 think, worry, whatever it might be, getting a break from that can happen in the forest.